Welcome to Conversations with Masesi, where my guests and I talk about everything life, family, love, community, and everything in between. Today's guest, Solange Rego, proves that life can be both sweet and full of rhythm. Like the saying, life is a dance. Solange moves gracefully through her various roles as a mother, entrepreneur, educator at Caramel's Sugar Studio, fashion model, and dancer. Solange, welcome. We are delighted to have you here. How are you doing?
I'm good. Kind of humbled by that.
How does it feel to hear your name and so many things that go with it?
You never see yourself quite in those words in that way. You know what I mean? So it's it's kind of humbling. You know, when you put it all together, you're like, wait, who is she?
Referring
Who
to,
is she?
right? That's you. My dear, from Mozambique to Canada. How did that happen?
It was via.
Okay.
Let's say that.
Yeah.
Right? Because I lived in many countries because my mom traveled a lot. Her work took her places. So I would be 2 years here, 1 year there, 2 years there, et cetera, et cetera. So I graduated high school from Ohio.
Okay.
Right?
Wow.
Went home for the summer, already having been accepted in many universities. So now it was just which one to choose. And I don't know why. But the U of S brochure had this person sitting outside in the springtime, let me tell you that.
Okay.
Okay, spring or summer.
Yeah.
Like a student sitting leaning against a tree, looking very studious. And I fell in love with that picture.
That's how you ended up here?
That's how I ended up here. That's how Saskatchewan was chosen. Because I love trees, I love things green, I love the outside and stuff like that. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, Mom, this looks good. And then when she further now went and looked at it, she's like, the tuition rates are great, let's go.
But what were the challenges then when you got here? Because what you saw in the picture is not what you got when you get here.
Look, I'm no stranger to winter.
Yes.
Or anything of the sort, having grown up a lot of my time in the States, whether it's New York, whatever, things like that, they have winters. They just have a terrible amount of snow compared to the minus temperatures of Saskatchewan.
Yes.
So that in itself was a shock for me at first. But I was like, anything that's a shock for me is something that can be solved practically.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, you know what? If you dress for the job, you're not going to feel it. So then I quickly kind of prepared myself to be like, okay, we're dressing for this job because guess what was not happening? I'm not freezing.
No.
Therefore, I got introduced to long johns for the first time in my life.
Tell me about it.
And when I remember the first time I put it, I was like, what is this?
That's a lot of clothing.
It just looked weird. I was like, what is this? Like, you know what I mean? And then I put my jeans over it and stuff. And I'm like.
And it's normal.
And I was like, people wear this all the time. I'm just like.
For 7 months.
I was like, okay, this is what we're doing. I'm a long john girl right now.
Yes, you are.
So that was like the initial thing.
Yeah.
Moving into a new space, new city, new whatever. All of that was very normal and natural to me because that was my life. Every two, I was moving around. So being new in a place was not a challenge. It was whatever, right? So, but the bus system was a challenge.
Oh, in a good or bad way?
I had never bussed.
Oh.
It was my first time with the transit system.
Yes.
And so I got lost a lot. I would end up in a bus. I would end up somewhere. And I'd be like, excuse me. I don't know where I am.
And this is where I'm going.
Do you know where this is? The bus drivers would look at me with such pity.
Oh,
it's like, you're so far away. I was 18 when I came.
Oh, no way.
I was 18 and getting lost.
But in all the challenges and all this, there were joys though.
Yeah.
What were those?
My initial joys were going to school. Let's just start there.
Yeah.
because I love school.
Yes.
I love learning.
Yeah.
And so I was so excited to be in university. I'm like, I'm going to be in a class and I'm going to have profs and just the learning.
And at 18, that's exciting.
Like I remember the first day I stepped into U of S and I felt like the biggest person on this earth because I was in university. I was getting my education. Like, so I was making my dreams happen.
Yes.
Right? I was honoring the legacy of my family, and I was making them proud. Every step I took, everything I did, I was like, yes, we're going to have a degree. We're going to do this. We're going to change the world. Right. I love that. That was my first one.
Yeah.
And then always the connections I make.
Yeah, definitely.
Right?
Yeah.
I found, having no family, I found family in the friendships and the connections, so it made it less jarring, right? So that was really nice.
What I like about Mozambique is so rich in culture, and you get to Saskatoon. How did the Mozambique culture that you brought to Saskatoon, including your traveling and being everywhere else, how did you incorporate that to your life right here?
Food, and more food, okay? Like, when I came here, my husband, the father of my children, he was here, right? And his best friend was also here.
Okay.
We had all gone to school together back home.
Okay.
Right, so it was a surprise. It was a surprise to kind of like be reunited here.
Yes.
Right? And so amongst us, right, we kind of kept that because we had that, the culture, like back home. Yes. We get together, we eat together, all that kind of stuff. That was normal. So we kept that going.
You kept it going here.
Yeah.
So that made the transition easy and even to adapt. And then now you become a mother.
Yes. I was 19 and pregnant. I was
now
19
you're
and
a
pregnant.
teen mom. How did that change your perspective of we're doing this, we are in university, we have professors, and we're going to get this degree, and all my ancestors are going to be happy with me?
Didn't change it at all.
Good for you.
Like, any challenge, my mother taught me to be very practical.
Yeah.
There's no problem you can't overcome with steps. Yes. That's it. You just have to have practical steps of how you're going to do it.
Yeah.
And I had a motto: fat man go to school. So why can't a girl with a big belly go to school? I'm still able to walk. I'm still able to talk. My brain hasn't stopped functioning. Therefore, I can still learn. And that's just what it is. And thankfully, my due date was in the summer.
Oh, so that worked perfect.
Yeah. So I was going to have a baby in the summertime. During the time that I was off, I just had to figure out, again, logistics.
Yeah. How are we going to do this?
That's all.
And that's it.
And God put everything into place.
This year, International Women's Day, the theme is rights and empowerment and something else. And when you're talking about being 19 and pregnant, it's your right as a woman to decide whether you want to have a baby or not.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. I don't believe in abortion myself. I never did. My mom used to sometimes laugh and look at me and tell me, she's like, oh, Solange, from the time you were so small, I used to ask you, Solange, what do you want to be when you grow up? I used to say, I want to be a mother, I want to be a wife, and I want to then I would talk about my ambitions in terms of work. I want to help women and children and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So it was always in that order.
Yes, so you became a mother, you became a wife, and then an entrepreneur.
Yes.
Now, how did that entrepreneurship come into play?
Because of motherhood.
Okay. I think we need to talk about your business.
Yeah, because of
what
motherhood.
Is it that you do?
Ooh.
Well,
this is now when we start saying Jackie of a few trades.
Yes, the one who has many roles. We're going to start with Caramel Studio.
Okay.
What is it? Why the name Caramel?
Caramels. Because sugar is sweet.
Okay.
And I have a sweet tooth, and I like caramels.
Okay. Is that why it's named Caramel? Okay. Now I know.
So, if you see the sugar in itself, right?
Yes.
It has that caramel color. right? Before it's been used, if it's
Yeah.
just in the jar in the pot. If you put a caramel right next to it, it looks the
Then-
same. You know, it was easy branding,
Okay.
even though I did not know at that time what branding was,
Yes.
the importance of branding or anything of the sort. I just, in my mind, it made sense. I saw the sugar, caramels that I really liked. I'm like, Caramel Sugar Studio.
Studio. So what does Caramel Studio do? Like, what are your services?
It's primarily hair removal,
Okay.
right? Primarily hair
Yes.
removal. But it goes beyond that because I'm with a company called Alexandria Professional.
Okay.
So the products that they have go beyond just sugaring to skincare that you can use in spa services,
Oh, okay.
right? Like the salt rubs all over the body or the mud wraps, right? And things like that. So you can kind of elevate the services to not only just
Do
take
the
care
hair
of
removal.
hair,
Yeah.
but also take care of the condition of the skin. You know, so
I didn't
that's
know that
kind of
part.
what we
I
do.
only thought it's about hair removal. That's it. So
Goes beyond, yes.
it goes beyond that.
Yeah.
So when you started Caramel, obviously you decided, I finished university, I have my degree, I have my children, and now I'm on this part of my journey being an entrepreneur, being a businesswoman.
I was still in school.
Yeah.
I think I was still in school.
But how do you see the Caramel evolving and growing based on the season you are at right now?
I always envisioned Caramel at its highest.
Okay.
A standalone spa that's also a training center for women who would want to take maybe a path like this towards independence.
Yes.
While in motherhood, outside of motherhood, or the same kind of opportunity I had, I needed a way to be flexible
Yeah.
in my life, right?
Okay.
And to be able to still be the kind of mother that I wanted to be and still earn while I had a traveling husband.
Yes. And
And
you can be
so-
with your kids.
Exactly.
So it brought that balance that you need.
Yes. And I wanted to extend that
Yeah.
to other women. And that's one of the main, that was one of my main drives, to become an educator.
Yes.
Because I'm just like, okay, so how we getting to the top?
Right?
As soon as I went to the class, I was like, how do I become you?
Yes.
Right?
You better hold on to that. We have so much to talk about. We need to come back. We need to go pay bills right now. So for now, thank you for sharing a taste of your sweet and vibrant life with us today. You remind us that life is not about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning to dance in the rain. We've deeply learned to dance beautifully through your story today and all the aspects of your life. So to learn more about Caramel Sugar Studio, visit their website and their social media handle, which is at Caramel's Sugar Studio. And their website is solange-rego.square.site to see and connect with Solange. And if you want to follow them on their Instagram, it's sol_caramel. And to experience him in other parts of the things that she does, tune in for our next segment. And that's a wrap for this segment. See you in the next one. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and follow us on all our social media platforms to keep the conversation going. Blessings and peace to you and your families. Shalom.